The woman's old cow collapsed and couldn't get back up, just as she was at a loss and didn't know what to do. Noah happened to see this scene while heading to the church. He immediately stepped forward to help. Based on his experience, he realized the old cow was already very old. There was no chance of saving it.
You got a rifle?
She needs to be shot.
Yes, ma'am. You want some meat from it, I can butcher it for you. All right.
After getting Ellie's approval, he began to take care of the cow's final moments. To show her gratitude, Ellie brought Noah dinner. During their conversation, Noah learned that Ellie's husband was also a veteran, but shortly after returning from the battlefield, he passed away after suffering from depression. This left Ellie unable to understand what kind of thing war really was, that it could completely destroy a whole person.
Well, it's not something you can get out of your mind. There's no making sense of it either.
Noah's answer was filled with exhaustion and helplessness. After that, Ellie invited him to meet her grandmother. But as it was getting dark, Ellie offered to drive Noah home. Noah told her that he lived by the lake. Only then did Ellie realize that he had been sleeping outdoors all this time.
The fishing cabin?
No, ma'am. Just near it.
Well, why don't you use it?
Well, I didn't know who to ask.
You ask me.
Ellie then took Noah to that small cabin. She told Noah that the cabin belonged to Archie, and when he died, he was sitting in that chair inside the cabin. Her husband also loved staying here when he was alive. He even claimed that he could see Archie's ghost. Since then, the place became known as a haunted house among the townspeople. But despite all the bad rumors surrounding the cabin, Ellie sincerely invited Noah to stay there for a while. Although the cabin was old and worn out, it was still much safer and more comfortable than sleeping outside. Years of loneliness made Ellie very talkative. She was afraid the atmosphere would become quiet and awkward, but Noah listened patiently the entire time without showing any annoyance. He felt deep sympathy for this woman who had endured countless hardships alone. During their short time together, they gradually became less distant. Ellie told Noah to simply call her by her name, instead of calling her Miss politely. Noah also asked Ellie to call him by his name, instead of calling him Sir. Those simple changes in how they addressed each other brought two lonely people closer, turning them from strangers passing by into friends who could open their hearts to each other. The next morning, Noah went to the town's grocery store. Taylor offered him a decent part-time job, painting the outside walls of the store for $20, and he could still take fishing jobs whenever he wanted. The store had previously hired 2 painters, but they spent all day slacking off and avoiding work. So Taylor fired them and chose the hard-working Noah instead. Because of this, the 2 lazy workers became unhappy with Noah. Then Taylor told Noah, Matthew's mother passed away when he was very young, and his father left home because he couldn't handle the loss. So Matthew was raised by his grandparents, and he stopped speaking from that moment on. That afternoon, while Noah was preparing bait, he noticed Matthew secretly watching him from a distance.
I'm digging for bait. You want to help?
Noah patiently showed Matthew how to find earthworms and how to find mealworms in the barn. Noah also taught Matthew how to catch crickets in the grass and told him that different bait attracts different fish. Although Matthew remained silent, there was a light in his eyes that had never appeared before. Noah also told him about the giant bass in the fishless lake. From then on, Noah's life became steady and warm. One morning, Noah awkwardly tried to cut his own hair. Ellie happened to see him and offered to cut it for him. She told Noah that she used to cut her husband's hair often, so she was already very skilled at it. While cutting his hair, they chatted and shared their feelings. Noah opened up about his past. His parents had both passed away, and his brother was in prison. He had wandered for years, only waiting for his brother to be released. By accident, Ellie noticed the scars left on Noah's body by the war, and she understood the burden he carried inside even more.
It's much better than I could have done. Thank you.
Their gentle interactions slowly made Ellie fall for this kind and strong-willed veteran. Later, Noah went to paint the store walls. Little Matthew would always appear like a tiny assistant, showing up on time with his own little brush. Their painting work continued little by little. Ellie often came to Noah's cabin as well, quietly helping him clean the inside, replacing the old bedding and curtains with clean ones, slowly turning the worn-out cabin into a real home. Meanwhile, the 2 lazy painters came back to challenge Noah again. They set up an unfair bet. If Noah could catch 12 catfish before sunset, they would buy each one for 25 cents. Otherwise, all the fish would belong to them for free.
What do you think, Matthew? Take that bet?
With Matthew firmly nodding in support, they went to the river. Noah's fishing skills were far beyond ordinary people. The moment the hook touched the water, a fish immediately bit. In just one afternoon, the fish kept coming non-stop. Every time he caught one, Matthew marked another line on the shore with a stick. Watching the growing pile of catfish, the two lazy men looked worse and worse. Before sunset, Noah successfully reached the goal of 12 catfish. He completely defeated his opponents. The two lazy men had no choice but to accept their loss. They were completely impressed by Noah's fishing skills. From then on, they treated him like a fishing master. Before leaving, Noah gave Matthew a fishing float as a gift. Matthew gave him a sincere and tight hug in return. When Noah returned to the newly refreshed and cozy cabin, a wave of warmth filled his heart, so he wrote a letter to his brother, telling him that he had finally found long-lost peace here. Soon after, Ellie invited Noah to dinner at her house. Everyone there was someone Noah had come to know. It was the first time her home had been this lively since her husband passed away. At the dinner table, everyone could see the unspoken feelings between Noah and Ellie.
Well, maybe you'll just have to win here.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone was happy that night. After dinner, Ellie returned to her room. She took out her husband's military uniform from when he was alive. She touched the familiar fabric one last time, then folded it neatly and placed it into a suitcase. She knew it was time to let go of the past. Meanwhile, Noah returned to the cabin with a restless heart. He gathered his courage and walked toward Ellie's house, wanting to finally confess what was in his heart. However, when he reached the farm, the last warm light in the distance happened to go out. Noah's courage instantly disappeared. He felt that he had nothing, and that he wasn't worthy of someone as wonderful as Ellie.